So for background of organization, on 1 September 1990, our Prime Minister Datuk Sri Mahathir bin Mohamad officially proclaimed TMB as heir and successor to NEB. TMB became a private company wholly owned by the government. As the same day, Datuk Sri Dr. Haji Ani bin Arop was appointed as a chairman. TMB is the largest electricity utility in Malaysia and also a leading utility company in Asia, with an presence in international, which is in United Kingdom, Turkey and many more countries. Since their listing on 28 May 1992, TMB has grown to become a utility that is responsive to the needs of their stakeholders and marketplace. They are driven by the firm's belief that they have a responsibility to improve the lives of people of Malaysia. They therefore look forward to continuing to ensure a better and brighter tomorrow for us. Their customer consists mainly of commercial, industrial, and residential customers. Their industrial customers engage in the manufacture of goods and services. Their commercial customers are their second largest share of electricity sales, carrying out the business and commercial activities which driven their economies. Meanwhile, their residential customers represent the majority of Malaysians, which is 31.7 million of population. As their largest market, they try first to deliver the excellence of their products and services. Their aspiration is to be a leading provider of sustainable energy solutions in Malaysia and internationally. So for core principle and organizational values, the first question is how does the MB develop and define its core value? Actually, the MB does define the core values. The core values is a fundamental beliefs of a person or organization in the MB. And in other words, the MB consider core values as a guiding light to show people or workers to work on the environment. So the MB's core value is integrity, collaborative professionalism, customer centricity, forward thinking, and mindfulness. So for question 2, why is it so important to do so? The first one is having a clear company's core values help them to ensure that all the employees are working towards the same goals. The core value actually help them support the company's vision and shape its culture. So for the second one, a business without core value is not really a business. How can they create a great team without share the same core values with the employee, right? So for the third one is, in other words, the core value is actually helps them to create a purpose, improve the team cohesion, and also to create a sense of commitment in the workplace. The stakeholders for the organization, the first one, there were people in charge in driving TNB forward. The first one is Datuk Sri Amir Hamzah Azizan. He is the president or CEO for the TNB. And then we have Datuk Sri Wira Roslan as the chief corporate officer. So for core business, there were some people in charge in the organization. The first one is Dato Nur Azman. Second is Dato Ir Baharin. Third one is Dato Ir Megat Jalaluddin. And the last one is Dato Ir Husaini. So for the non-core business, there were 8 people in charge, and for the company secretary, there is Nur Azni binti Muhammad Isa as the company secretary. So for the second question, the most important stakeholders in the organization, the Datuk Sri Mahathir bin Khalid as the non-independent non-executive chairman for TNB. So for the third question, does the stakeholders have a fundamental impact on the organization's performance? Actually, in the management of the company, the stakeholders does not have any role, but they influence the organizational management. So for the second point, the stakeholders actually control the process of decision making. They guarantee that the organizational work environment is dynamic, stimulating, and satisfying so that they can perform well. So the company must identify, recognize, and address the interests of the stakeholders. The process is very delicate, but it can help the organization for the long-term success. So for the company which does not have the ability to satisfy their stakeholders, defeats the purpose for its existence.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Hidayah binti Muhammad Ziyadi and I'm going to presenting on executive summary, areas of social responsibility and approaches to social responsibility programs. For the subject ASM401, fundamentals of business, students were instructed to do an interview with the company of our choice. The objective of this interview is to identify the company's corporate social responsibility, which in other words we call it as CSR. Corporate social responsibility is a business strategy of self-regulation that allows a business to be socially responsible to itself, its customers, and to the public. For our group, we picked Tenaga Nasional Berhad (TNB) to find out what are their corporate social responsibility movement. We wanted to know what they did in order to improve their company, improve their relationship with the consumers and to the society. However, since the pandemic occurred, we couldn't implement the interview in person. Thus, we carried out the interview through online, and the medium that we used was Google Meet. The interview was held on 4th of December 2020, which is on Friday at 10 a.m. The interview session was conducted with Encik Zulhisham bin Haji Harun, the Manager of Communication Outreach TNB. We have gathered a ton of information regarding the accountability of the organization for personnel, consumers, and the environment. The distribution of their corporate social responsibility was very detailed, helpful, and we understood it profoundly. For the most part, with all the data presented, students were able to comprehend more about TNB's corporate social responsibility. Alright, so now I'm going to go into areas of social responsibility, and the first one would be responsibility towards shareholders or owners. The owners of the company are shareholders. They invest capital to set up the company and bear the risk of failure. Shareholders have a significant interest in the welfare of the company and its growth. The main responsibilities of business towards shareholders are to ensure safety or capital investment, to provide equal opportunity to all the shareholders to participate in the management of the business as required by the law, and to maximize the value of capital investment for optimum utilization of resources. The second one is responsibility towards the employees. For all businesses, employees are the greatest assets. So the examples of the responsibility of TNB towards their workers are to ensure job security, are to create a cordial relationship between management and workers. Next is to participate worker in decision making and profit sharing. And the last one would be career development and to hear and handle the grievances of workers. Next is the responsibility towards the government and community. I'm going to talk about government first. So the responsibilities of TNB towards the government are to pay taxes honestly and regularly, to support the government, to follow the rules, regulations, and laws of the country, to avoid monopolistic and unfair trade practices, to pay zakat each state and will get back wakalah, to provide important business information and advice to the government whenever required. And the next one is responsibility towards the community. So the main responsibilities of business towards community are to promote social values and norms. So example of TNB's projects are Project Mesra Rakyat (PMR), and it is to build a house for selected non-Muslim who is poor and unable to afford a house by state in Malaysia. The next one is Project Better Brighter Vision. In abbreviation, we call it as BBV. So it is a collaboration with selected eye hospitals, give funds to make classes for school students categorized of ASNAF. The third one is to utilize the resources of the community. So in example, Project by Tijanati, PBJ, the fund come from Wakala money. So what does Wakala means? Wakala means every year TNB pays zakat for each state and state give that money in quantum, for example, 2/8 of zakat to TNB. Okay, and now I'm going to talk about approaches to social responsibility programs, and the first one would be obstructive approach of TNB. So the phenomena of COVID-19, it caused project delay and limited to involve into a new project. Cost of project increased. It caused TNB needing to find out other sources of funds to support the additional project costs. After that, last minute cancellation of other parties to do collaboration. It caused TNB need more time to find out new parties and do again the project paper, and that caused a lot of complications for them. The second approaches to social responsibility programs of TNB are a defensive approach of TNB. In website wise, TNB has its own website to promote their company, which is www.tnb.com.my. For banner advertising and other ad placements, TNB uses sites as media. So for example, on sports rated websites, a sports retailer can pay to position banner advertising. Next is via email. It is to attract new customers and establish close relationships with existing ones. TNB uses lead generation software to send out mass emails at a low cost and purchase email lists. And then it is to target loyal customers with details and special deals. So for social media side, e-commerce companies often use social media platforms to build awareness, draw buyers, and connect directly with users. TNB make a brand or product updates for supporters and track social media discussions about their companies. The next is accommodating approach of TNB. TNB did a collaboration with other organizations as well, such as Project by Tijanati, PBJ, collaboration with DPKL for PBJ Wilayah, and collaboration with PKNS for PBJ Selangor. The second one is Project Better Brighter Shelter, which is BBS. It is a collaboration with Hospital Melaka, Serdang, and IGN to do this project. The last one would be Project Better Brighter Vision, which is BBV. It is a collaboration with selected eye hospitals such as Tun Hussein On National Eye Hospital. And the last but not least is proactive approach of TNB. The proactive TNB do is start looking for new investors and funding 6 months in first. So opportunism, there is always unlikely partnership, a new way to create value or make money right around the corner, and it's going to stay there unless the TNB is proactive enough to seek them out. And the last is risk management. What TNB will do to make their business proactive is there's a chance for this decision to backfire within the foreseeable future. TNB will put in safeguards, and that will help them in case everything goes bad.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ala Syafiqah binti Azhar. Today I'm going to talk about the CSR programs that have been done by TNB's company. Okay, the first program that have been done by TNB is by Tijanati program. This program are going to focus to have all the asnaf in Peninsular Malaysia except Pahang. TNB will build a house for them as long they have their own land, because that the condition have been done by TNB. All the asnaf that have no land, that TNB will not build a house for them, because TNB will not take the risk with legislation to produce a land for them. Okay, why Pahang does not include with this program? Because Pahang does not interest with this program. Pahang are more like to do a house improvement, so that TNB exclude Pahang from this program. This program are held in Langkawi, so all people, all the society in Kedah can go there and support all the TNB's activities. Okay, the second program is used car donation program. This program are going to help society because TNB produce van, lorry, car for them to make their life more easier, especially Muslim people, because the famous one is van jenazah. There are a lot of Muslim people who apply for van jenazah because they want to help the other society and make their life more easier. Because of that, the MB spend about 40,000 to repair all the van, lorry, car to give them a better and a beautiful vehicle, so that the MB will feel more proud for them because they are used in a positive way. Okay, the other program is a better, brighter shelter. This program are going to focus to help a homeless patient. The MB will build a hostel at the hospital that involved, such as hospital at Melaka and hospital Sedang. There are hostels with 2 rooms and 3 rooms. The homeless patient can stay there because they have no money, right? So they can stay there because they also are sick. So it's suitable for them and it will more safe for them. So the MB build a hostel to make their life more convenient. Okay, the other program is Better Brighter Vision. The Better Brighter Vision program is program that help the student with the problem with the eye condition. TMB feel sympathy for them because they're just kids and they just want to study and get a knowledge, but with the problem that they have with the eye, they cannot be a normal student just like others. Because of that, the MB will provide them with the sunglasses so that they will feel more eager and their spirit will come to become a better student, to become a future person, a successful person that are really need by the country. They can because of this, there are really a lot of sekolah kebangsaan that involved in this kind of activities, because there are a lot of parents that want their child to be a better person, so that the MB will produce a sunglasses for their child to help their child in a positive way. Okay, then I'm going to talk about the social responsibility management. The social responsibility management have been done by TNB are really in a positive way. TNB use all the experience or their skill or their training to sharpen their skill, because they need to do a variety of program and they want the program to be smoothly. Because of that, they need training, they need to sharpen their skill to have more society, to make the society feel love and feel proud for the MB. In the other hand, the MB also take an advice from the other organization, from the upper organization, to provide good service to the society, to produce a new idea, to do interesting activities for society, and this show that the NB was good in their management activities. Okay, other than that, as I can see, the TNB company also use all their skill to do all the activities that in a smooth way, in a positive way. They know that they will use a large amount of money to do that all kind of activities, but the NB are willing to do so because they know that there are really people in needed in outside, especially Muslim people. The NB will do their best to help Muslim people, even though they need to produce a large amount of money, but they feel that there are more people who are really in need. So because of that, they are willing to share all their money to help people. Okay, as the conclusion, we can see that the NB are going do their best to help the society, to make society feel more safe, feel love for them. Because of that, the NB just want society to keep support their activities, to keep support their programs, so that the NB will feel more eager to help them to produce a large amount of money to help them to produce an activities that can give a benefit for them. Okay, last but not least, I hope all people can support all the NB's program and give uh, their love towards the NB program. Thank you.